Hi folks, Tim Sundles here with Jane Milan. How are you doing, Jane?
Great, thank you for having me back.
Well, I didn't have her back, she's still here. We just did our first video, now we're doing our second video.
So it's kind of like being back.
So, if you watched the first video, you know Jane's history being born and bred California and how her common sense, basically, Jane's an observer and being like not an occupational therapist.
An educational therapist.
She's got the PhD, and I don't know what any of that crap really means. But
it means I know how to shoot a firearm.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
That's not what your PhD is in. But if you watched the first video, and if you didn't, I would recommend it because Jane gives a little bit of her history and common sense thinking, why she left California a year ago and moved to a little mountain town like Salmon. And we went over all the guns that you're gonna need to actually, from the worst case scenario apocalypse to the best case scenario, a stupid intruder that just walked into his own death.
Correct.
And we're gonna go over now how the dynamics of a woman carrying and using a gun is so much different than a man. And with women, the real problem is they're too curvy. And so depending on the clothes they're wearing or how tall they are or how curvy they are, what works for you is not going to work. See, you're 5'3", 5'2"?
I'm 5'3".
Yeah. Okay, so at 5'3", and being big busted and she has hips and a small waist, her dynamics, and it's very important. I mean, I've gone over this with so many women. You give them the wrong kind of holster, they can't wear the gun because it hurts. It rubs, it digs, it'll eventually rub a blister on you or rub a hole in you, you know, and it doesn't work. So I actually asked Jane to come here to make these videos because women in shooting and women in what I believe, you know, is very, very important, being independent and able to take care of themselves, it's going to differ for every woman. And I'm going to find me a 6 foot tall, skinny woman with small boobs to bring in here and show it. That woman could probably get away with wearing a shoulder holster. You could never wear a shoulder holster. You're too compact, you're too short, and you're too big busted. It won't work. I've been through it with several different girls. It won't work. You know, you'll just be miserable and then you'll quit carrying a gun.
Exactly. And there's really no place that you can go to, like, try on as a female, try on different holsters. Maybe there is, and I just didn't know about it in California.
Not really.
But there's a lot to think about you're not going to carry if it's not comfortable. And so having that comfortable holster just encourage you to continue to carry.
Sure. One of the biggest challenges in bringing a city-raised woman into the country, and I've dealt with this several times, is there's two pieces of equipment they really need if they're going to be self-sufficient out here and doing things. One is a small clip-on pocket knife. You know, it's just, Jane's got her Cold Steel mini Vaquero. And it's perfect for a woman, perfect size. It doesn't gouge you, it's small enough.
You can sit down, not even feel it's there.
Yep, and you can cut through anything with that. You can cut through a seatbelt, rope, that thing just cuts. And you can cut through a man if you have to, if it gets down to that. You know, if he gets past one or two of your guns, you know, you've already lost the fight. But if you've got a knife, maybe you do.
It's never over till it's over.
There you go. There you go. So, could you stand up for a second? Okay, face the camera.
Okay.
And Jane is wearing low-ride, like hip hugger pants. Now, when I was a kid in the 80s, a young man actually, the high-waisted stuff came in. And then it went back away to the hip huggers.
Exactly.
And so the hip huggers are a different dynamic, a whole different metric than the high-waisted, especially on a short girl like Jane. And Jane and I haven't done this yet. She doesn't have a holster that'll fit hers with the laser on it. But with Jane, I think, and I'm guessing, just looking at these holsters and how she's built, she could actually wear strong side hip holster and not have it gouge her here. Maybe if you bent over or...
So if I did, it would end up coming into my bottom rib cage.
And it'll let me get the cant right. Look at the slots. It'll ride about like that.
Yeah, it doesn't come into my rib cage at that point.
Okay.
So just the angle of it changes everything.
It does. Well, you don't have a lot of inches to work with.
No.
So the most minute changes are going to matter to you. So what we're going to do is I wear this gun daily. In the summer anyway. In the winter I go with bigger guns because I'm wearing heavier clothing that'll conceal it. We're probably going to get Jane a holster just like this and say wear it for a week, every day, while you're working, while you're recreating, whatever you're doing, wear it.
And with this holster, there's no strap going over the top, so it's pulling out clean.
It's tension only. That's your tension screw right there. And that's okay on a gun that sits fairly upright. You know, tension is fine. Now the other holster we're going to have you use is a cross draw holster that's canted. It'll ride about like this. And if that works any better for you, and you can always pull this further forward too. Yeah. You know, you can wear it on there where you want it. And it'll ride. Now you notice these are black holsters, and Jane likes the brown one better because it's thinner. These were both made by Simply Rugged. Yeah. And the brown one is thinner leather.
Yes.
I mean, they made this thing to last 10 lifetimes. Holy crap. It's just a concealment holster, and they've got it so well built.
Yes.
So these have tension screw, and a thumb snap release. Yeah. And I like the thumb snap. Remember, this is loaded. Look how easily she can hit that thumb snap. Yeah. And she can do it with one hand. It's just not attached to her belt.
It's not attached, so if I were holding it here, just like that.
And then just draw the gun.
Yeah.
You know, I mean... And so we will get a hip holster system working for her. It's so much harder with short girls than it is with tall girls, because here, stand up one more time. If I was to say, okay, let's get you a shoulder holster, well, the dynamics of the shoulder holster will have it, even the small gun, I guarantee you, because I've been through this, will have it gouging your boob.
Yeah, because it'll be up in here.
And I mean, I've seen, well, 2 wives ago, I had a wife that, we're going to do shoulder holsters. Well, she was built a lot like you. It wore a hole right in her boob. I mean, she couldn't do it. And it was miserable.
Is there, with the company that you were talking about, if a woman knows her measurements, like her hip to her upper rib cage measurements, is that something that they can adjust for that particular woman for a better fit?
I think in order to do that, you'd have to be present right there and have them look at you and then try a few angles and stuff and get it to fit just you. Because everybody is so individual that even if you gave them inch numbers and stuff, they need to fit it to you.
Well, one of the things that I realized when you were showing me your holster versus the brown one is that with yours, my thumb isn't strong enough to undo that latch.
With the heavy duty. The heavy duty black cross-stroke holster.
So that's something that wouldn't work for me, even though it might be the perfect fit of a holster, because I can't get my thumb to just undo that snap. I'd be sitting there struggling to get that snap done before I could get the firearm out. So I think there's all these little nuances that you were so good at pointing out to go, this is going to be a good fit for you based on these criteria.
And we still really don't even know that till you wear the dang thing for a week or two. You know, and that's what it takes. Jane wants to go armed. Now, one advantage that girls have is it's pretty common for them to have a purse. And I have advised Jane to get on the internet and look at all the different gun purses and try to find one she thinks will work for her. Because if you can't carry it on your person, well, maybe you can carry it in a gun purse. You know, I mean.
And one of the things that I do, another thing that I do appreciate about you is that as a female, gentlemen with all good intentions, they'll just say, here, do this one, and then you want to because they obviously know more than you, but then at the time you're like, okay, this doesn't really work. It's just like with having the laser put on my gun. I was told to do that, so I did it, not realizing all the second and third order consequences that were going to come from that. So as a female, if you're a male wanting to help somebody like me be more proficient at carrying a firearm daily, it's really getting to know what my needs or her needs are, like you took the time to.
Well, and the only way to do that is actually with private tutoring and wearing the gun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know either, really. I've been through this several times with different women, but I don't really know until you wear it for a week, every day, through your work, through your recreation, and say, yes, this is comfortable. Yes, I like this.
Yeah.
You know, and even if it's comfortable, and if there's something about it you don't like, that doesn't work either.
Yeah.
You need to like what you're doing.
So do you think that for a female like me, that I was informed this is the best handgun for me to get, could you then say maybe it's not the holster either? Maybe it's the type of gun the woman was told to carry, and that's not a good fit for her.
No, and what I like about the P365, and we covered this in the last video, if you didn't watch it, her boyfriend at the time, a few years ago, put this on for her. Well, the problem is it activates as soon as you touch the gun. There's a heat sensor, or it's not pressure, it's heat.
I think it's heat, yeah.
Yeah, and that laser comes on. You may not want that laser on, giving away your position and everything. So this is gonna come off, and I'm gonna get her a little Surefire that has a light and a laser that you have to intentionally activate it with your finger, you know, before it'll come on, or you can even activate it with your offhand. But this thing, and this is the first thing I said to you when I saw this gun, I said, I don't necessarily like that laser comes on as soon as I touch the gun.
Yes, you did.
You know, that's tactically, that could get you hurt or get somebody else hurt, because they know you're there, they know you got a laser.
Yes.
They'll just shoot you.
Exactly.
You know, so anyway, we will change this out and put a little Surefire light on there like I use. It'll be a laser light. It'll do both. Looks like this even messes with your, it may take some serious surgery. They've put on a different there's spring guide and everything.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. But we're gonna get her totally set up. This is the perfect carry gun for a semi-auto. And this is the perfect carry gun for a pocket, and there's nothing to stop you from getting a little, and we went over this in the last video. This is a Lipsy's exclusive 32 H&R, you know, with the internal hammer, 6-shot little J-frame, alloy, very light. And we went over about how to shoot it right through a pocket for pocket carry. And how it's a good bed gun. If you want to put it in your bed, there's no hammer like this J-frame has. And somebody comes in your room in the middle of the night and you're disoriented and they're whacking on you with a club or a baseball bat, you just shoot right up through the covers with this thing. There's nothing to stop you from carrying this in a holster, just like the P365. And there's no reason why you can't learn a good New York reload, which is you empty one gun, and if the job isn't finished, you drop it and you pick up another loaded gun that happens to be in your pocket or in a holster. I mean, technically you could probably wear one in a hip holster and one in a cross straw if you wanted to be Angelina Jolie.
If I needed to be, perfect, but every day to day, I'm probably not going to need one on each hip.
No, you know, but we're talking apocalypse.
Yeah, then absolutely, everything's going.
I mean, Jim Cirillo was the guy that invented the New York reload. He carried 3 or 4 revolvers.
Yeah.
and that was in the day before semi-autos, and he had a healthy kill list. And he was the head New York, what do you call it, stakeout cop. And he was in control of the stakeouts. When they knew a place was about to get robbed, they stuck Jim Cirillo in there, and he had 3 revolvers on him, because semi-autos really weren't reliable back then.
Right.
And I don't remember how many people he killed.
A lot.
It was a bunch.
Yeah.
You know. This is Jane's little Lipsy's exclusive. I think Lipsy's calls them ultra carry. I have 2 of them. One was silver, one was black. Jane gets the black one. I don't believe in carrying silver guns because
Very good.
they show up. Now, if you want people to see your gun, okay, get a brown colored holster that they can see and a silver gun they can see.
Yes.
If you don't want people to see your gun, get a black gun and a black holster. And I can think of very few cases in my lifetime where I've wanted somebody to see that I was carrying a gun.
Right.
You know, I used to listen to this bull crap when I was a kid. And, you know, maybe it's just the way my dysfunctional mind works. But people used to go, oh yeah, just get a pump shotgun. And when the intruder hears you rack in a shell, he'll run. Okay, if an intruder comes into my house, first things first, there's already a shell in the chamber. I don't want him to hear squat. I want that gun to go off and disable or stop him or kill him, whatever it takes to save my family's life. Yeah. And I'm not giving anybody a warning. I'm not doing that. It's just stupid. And half the stuff that gets talked about in the gun industry for actual carry, actual use in the field or social use, you know, in the city, wherever you are, more than half of it's bull crap. Yeah. It's people hypothesizing, sitting behind a computer these days. In my day, they didn't even have a computer, but they still hypothesize, and they'd go in the gun shop and talk about the right way to do this and the right way to do that. And even as a kid, I went, BS on the rack a shell and let them know you've got a shotgun. Really? That's the problem. Now they know where you are, and now they know you've got a shotgun.
Yeah.
Now they probably will run.
Yes. Yep.
But there's some that won't.
No.
They're going to go, okay, I know this stupid bitch has a shotgun. Now she's really in trouble.
Yeah.
And a capable man, I mean, a capable man can take a gun away from a woman. I don't care, unless you get a hole in them. They can take a gun away, especially if they know what they're doing.
You showed me that the other day, how easy it was. You got close, and before I knew it, you had it. And so, yeah, it doesn't take much, blink of an eye.
You know, and if you were a little stronger man, well then, actually it's just as easy. Yeah. It's all about your thumb and twisting it and pulling it out against your thumb. Your thumb has no strength that way. No. You know, not like your fingers. Your fingers can clutch. That thumb is not very strong. No. And I can twist a gun out of anybody's hand and shoot him in the face with it in maybe a second or less. So, these are the dynamics for a woman like Jane. And we still don't have the answers.
No, we're searching.
Yeah, we are going to have to get the right holsters, which we have, get the laser off of her gun, or just loan her one of mine, and have you carry it.
Yeah. You know, thank you for doing this, because one of the things that I realized in my late 40s, which I wish I would have realized sooner, nobody's coming to save you. You've got to learn how to save yourself.
Oh, you can just count on a man.
Yes, of course you can. Right up until the moment they're not there, then you better know how to save yourself.
You can dial 911.
Yes, right up until they don't answer. You still need to learn to save yourself.
You know, for me, it's not that they don't answer. For me, it's that I live 35 minutes out of town. Yes. Oh, I think I'll just dial 911 and wait. Yes. Hold my breath.
No.
You know, and that's always the case with 911.
Yeah.
Unless you live right next to the police station, and even then.
No, not even,
You know, I had a friend that he got mugged right in front of a police station by 2 guys with a baseball bat, and they broke his hand, and they took all the money out of his back. He had a bunch of money in his back pocket. And they somehow spotted him. He was moving, so he had all this cash, a lot of cash. And they spotted him in a convenience store sticking that wad of money back in his pocket because he paid for gas or something. And they followed him across the street, mugged him, hurt him bad, really bad, and took all of his traveling money. It happens. And he said it was right in front of the police station, which was across the street from the gas station. So we become aware.
Yes, always be aware.
Maybe self-aware. That's, I think, more important than the other kind, because self-awareness takes care of the rest of the problem. So thank you for doing this with me. And we may do a follow-up if you're okay with it when we figure out what holster and everything. I'm not so sure you shouldn't have a holster for this too. I mean, it's roughly the same size, and it's lighter.
It definitely is lighter,
you know, with all that alloy in it. And I am giving it to you as a pocket gun.
Thank you.
It's just a backup. You know, and people laugh at me because I'm so nuance oriented, but I have had all kinds of things happen in my life. By the way, we're going to come out with a video book of all my close calls. and an old friend from San Diego convinced me to do this. Do a video book that people can download, just like a Joe Rogan interview. And I have been in a lot of close calls. I've been carrying a gun all my life. When I was only 16 years old, I had this flashy blonde girlfriend. She just was flashy. And we pulled into a remote mountain park on my, it was a 900 Kawasaki, which was the bike back in those days. And on the fairing, inside the fairing on the handlebars, I had a little holster and a little J-frame. In fact, it was probably this very gun. And it was tucked inside the fairing where you couldn't see it. Well, we wanted to go for a walk in this mountain park. So I pulled the gun out, had it in my hand. We didn't get 100 yards from the trailhead, and we ran into 3 drunk University of Portland football players, linemen. And they were crude, and they were rude, and they were aggressive toward my little 16-year-old flashy blonde girlfriend. And these guys were twice my size, and there was 3 of them. And I had this gun down along, we were just walking, I had it down along my leg. I wasn't trying to attract attention. And one of them said, "Let's kill him and just bleep, bleep, bleep her." Said it out loud. So I pulled the gun away from my leg where they could see it, and I had it in my hand. And another one of them said, "Hey dude, you ever shoot anybody with that? Or is it just for show?" And I looked at him and I said, "I haven't yet." I was 16, and I believe she would have been gang raped had I not, you know, we're in a remote mountain park. There was nobody else there. And these guys were drunk as skunks, and they were foul people, the kind that, in my opinion, deserve to be shot. They're going to threaten a girl like that. So anyway, we're going to do a video book of close calls, and you'll understand why. I've been there, seen it, done it, and I'm nuance oriented, because the slightest nuance under the right set of circumstances can either get you killed or save your life. So that video book is upcoming. Folks, I love you guys, and God bless, and we'll see you on the next video.